Radiant team ban.
And going into this game, AI have first pick and first ban. They're actually going to choose to ban out the Invoker, which we both expected them to play, considering we have seen one hell of an Invoker out of Henki.
Radiant team ban.
Kefka.
We've seen both of them play the Invoker, I believe.
Was it Henki?
team
Henki's the support player.
I'm pretty sure we've seen both play it, but we do get Centaur Warrunner banned out by Born Incomplete, followed by the Ember Spirit. No surprises there. Does the Dazzle get banned by Born, though? That is the question. They do love to run that Dazzle, but they risk it getting picked up by AI if they don't ban it
10
here.
seconds remaining.
I think I would
5
more
seconds
rather
remaining.
put my money on banning AA right now over the Dazzle. Also, actually, there's going to be the Nyx.
Radiant team
So we're
pick.
both wrong, so we both win, technically.
Well, taking out the Nyx when Helvild is on one side of the game is certainly a very wise idea. Helvild has played one phenomenal Nyx assassin in previous games. The first pick, however, will be the Bat Rider,
team
so we're
pick.
looking for that high aggressive mobility and Blink Dagger initiation, which we've come to expect from many teams in this league.
That's the ancient
Dire
apparition,
team pick.
and I wouldn't be surprised to see the Dazzle just was picked up as well. But I think what they could hope is that AI don't want to pick it up, because Dazzle really does sort of counteract how the Ice Blast works. You just throw that Shadow Grave on, and like Bob's your uncle, you're completely fine. But I think if they expect AI to pick up something a bit more core, they'll just ban it out in the next phase.
10 seconds remaining.
And it does raise the point of AA with a Dazzle
5 seconds
in combination with either a ranged support or a melee, in combination with a ranged carrier or a melee stunner. There's the Doom,
Radiant team
big
pick.
man. We've seen picked up quite a bit in recent weeks. Just the ability to completely take someone out of the fight, to be able to farm up that Midas very quickly and then move on to just a very greedy build. And Greedy Doom is, by all accounts, what we've come to expect. You can see the mechanism pickup, you can see the potential pipe pickup if it's necessary on a Doom, because
10
he can
seconds
get
remaining.
it quickly, but I don't think we're going to see it in this game.
Radiant team ban.
Shadow Shaman for AI,
If
though.
we now see a Dazzle banned out, the 4 core supports I began the game with have all been picked or banned.
Well, we expected so much, but AI, do they ban the Dazzle? That's the question. And what do they pair with this
10
Shadow
seconds
Shaman?
remaining.
Do we see the pickup of... Do we see the pickup
5
of
seconds remaining.
a VS to go with the Shadow Shaman? That's a very good combination, can work. It brings negative
Reserve
armor
time.
to the table, which Shadow Shaman's wards will love, taking Storm Spirit out of the game so
Dire
far.
team ban.
And it seems Born are worried about a
team
push
ban.
strategy coming out of AI, taking out the Chen. I don't think we have seen Chen from AI, have we?
No, the only team that I've seen play Chen has been was it DD? I think it was
It's
DDP.
Drak. Yeah, Drak
Yeah.
certainly have played Chen. Steph Styles' Chen is very powerful, and there is the Dazzle ban from AI.
Dire team
Something
ban.
we all
Board
expected.
Incomplete did have
Dire
the
team pick.
first pick after the ban stage, so it was going to be a ban out from AI. Also, the Lycan ban, I really expected to see that earlier. He has just been absolutely dominating just recently. With the change that his Wolves at level 4 do get that 15 health regen a second. A support actually can't kill a Wolf without expending mana. It's actually impossible.
Well, on the topic of Lycan, we've
10
seen
seconds
Morphling
remaining.
picked up a few times as well. It's starting to drift towards that TI2
5
style of
seconds
game, as the
remaining.
Rubik will be the pickup of choice for Born Incomplete.
Radiant team pick.
And you used to see a lot of Morphling. The 6.76 Morphling was quite a strong one.
Yeah, when it was the not the replica, it was the actual strength morph. It couldn't be interrupted. Even if you were stunned, you were still morphing strength. But I did like that change, and the
10
big change that
seconds
made
remaining.
it viable again was the fact you still attack during waveform.
5 seconds remaining.
And the
Which is-
Lycan now becoming a very centric role. It does fit that old
Reserve time.
style. But with the Rubik now present for Born Incomplete, it's going to deter the pickup of the big ultimates coming out of AI. I mean, stealing wards would be nice, but I doubt we're going to see something along the lines of a Tide or something big that can be stolen. Especially when Doom's on the field as well, taking out one hero. Maybe a Lincoln's carrier we could... Weaver certainly does come to mind. And Nerubian Weaver would go with the whole negative armor idea that we've seen a few times out of AI.
I just got really confused by what you said.
Why?
I don't remember it ever being Nerubian Weaver. I remember Nerubian Assassin.
I didn't say Nerubian, did I?
You definitely said Nerubian.
Guys in chat, did I say Nerubian? Either way, we got a Weaver potential pickup for AI, and Alchemist will be the pickup. There's that negative armor once more. Acid spray. Carry Alchemist can certainly work.
I almost would guarantee you they would not pick up a Weaver. There is too much sort of lockdown against a Weaver. Not only he can't use Shikuchi very safely to escape, because obviously you've still got the Doom, you've still got the Telekinesis, and then you've also got the Frost Blast.
10 seconds remaining.
It will still follow you even when you're in Shuki, and you don't have a lot of health anyway, so a Doom and a Frost Blast, and maybe like a Fade Bolt from Rubik, and the Weaver would be dead, and that would be the end of that.
I don't know. I feel like a offlaner that carries a Lincolns would be the way of choice here. Weaver is the one that comes to mind the most. He'll be able to get any form of CS and farm while Alchemist is pressure on another lane. And then you can have the Batrider in the mid lane, and you've got Shadow Shaman paired with Alchemist, and maybe the VS I mentioned earlier to go with this Alch. Very powerful roaming combo as well that can go up against taking out their mid laner.
I think it's more likely to be Batrider off lane and the Alchemist in the mid, potentially depending on what Born can play throw in their mid. If they throw the Doom, they're just going to throw in the Alchemist in the mid. And use just maxing out that acid spray, maxing out the concoction, just getting that big nuke damage. Because Doom doesn't have any armor, so having high levels on the Alchemist will absolutely wreck him with the physical damage from concoction.
Well, the pickup of Slark is certainly going to change the idea here. Slark can potentially go in the mid lane or the off lane. I still don't see Doom being a mid hero in this game. I just don't see it. Doesn't make sense to me. He's most likely going to be safe lane / jungle.
I think as of lately, Doom's actually been played more off lane or mid rather than safe lane or jungle, actually.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, AI certainly need to think, how do they want to stop this Slark?
Reserve time.
Slark, as we all know, can be a bit of a pain. And what do they want to put Lakat on for Born Incomplete? So it's going to be a Wraith King, it's going to be a support Alchemist to go with the Shadow Shaman. So we've got a potential 3-stun lineup.
Or it could be a support Wraith King.
True, but I would...
We have not seen a carry Wraith King. It has the...
We've seen a semi-carry Wraith.
10 seconds remaining.
I think the only times we've seen it was played by House of Gamers, if I'm not wrong.
Radiant team ban.
No, certainly House of Gamers have picked up Wraith King at least.
And they have... I think it was Twillis who played it twice, and has played it support both times.
10 seconds
well,
remaining.
Tinker's going to be banned out by Born Incomplete, so that's going to certainly take away that potential global push pressure remaining. That a Tinker can only bring to the table. Now, banning out for AI, what do they want to take out? There's a Slark who can potentially be mid or off lane, a Doom that could be anywhere, the support who are going to be most likely top and roaming mid. Do they risk banning a mid lane hero? Do they risk banning, say, the Puck of the Cat, considering how flexible we have seen the Cat in previous games? What other options do they have here? Who would you think to ban, Duke?
Really, what I would prefer to ban is something I actually would like to ban the
10 seconds remaining.
And so we're going to see a ban on the DK, potentially thinking that they still want to pick up a mid hero. I predict if it is a mid hero, we're going to see the Puck come out of Lakat, considering we've seen them do just phenomenal work with that hero.
Nice. The silence up against the heroes for AI would be very, very nice. And the mid-game pressure would offer a lot. But we'll see what they really want to pick up. Obviously, predictions can go as only so far.
10 seconds remaining.
In this game, I'm actually going to put my money in there with this Murano who can go anywhere as well.
Radiant team pick.
I'm going to put my money on Born Incomplete from their draft alone, unless AI can show something that's going to completely change the board here. And it could be a support Wraith or a support Alk, a Shadow Shaman with that lane, so it's a potential tri-lane from them. We've got a Bat Rider who's off lane or mid. We're looking for something here. Do we see that pickup of the Weaver on the off lane and go for a mid-game kind of greedy build against a Doom and a Slark? Or do we see something along the line of a TA who's equally going to bring
5 seconds remaining.
There are a few options, but
Reserve
8 seconds
time.
left for AI. They're well
5
into the reserve
seconds
time.
remaining.
They've got to make their choice now, or they're going to random. It's going to be a Shadow Fiend. I don't think I expected that one, but he does bring a good amount of negative armor to the table. However, he's very susceptible to ganks. It's that susceptibility that I'm worrying about.
It actually is going to be a carry Wraith King.
Support Alchemist does make a little bit of sense. But if Mirana picks up a Diffusal Blade, things can start to get a little bit hairy. And on that note, we shall go into the game and I shall introduce the teams.
They're deciding who they're going to send mid. The Doom or the Mirana. That's what they're currently deciding. We've both got Fisk and Lacat who haven't chosen their heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be an off-lane Doom. That means most likely a mid-lane Mirana unless they swap. But on that note, we shall introduce the side of boarding complete. On Fisk in Nalan, we have the Doom. We have the Rubik played by Trash. We have Jellapi on that Slark. We have Lacat on the Mirana, which is going to be a mid-Mirana, and hopefully a very scary Mirana. And finally, we have Siege up on that Ancient Apparition. On the flip side of this coin, however, for AI, we have Helvild once again on that Bat Rider. He's going to be looking to cause whatever havoc he can. We have a Kefka Shadow Fiend, which is only going to be very scary. We have a Henki on the Alchemist, as well as a C. Anderson on the Shadow Shaman. Finally, rounding up the team, we have Spix on that Wraith King. We're looking for a potential engagement here. Slark could get caught out of position if he's not careful. Then again, he's got two members of his team behind him, so it's going to be a potential aggro try? Oh, surely not.
To be honest, I actually almost 100% sure it has to be an aggro try, otherwise they're just going to waste the potential of these heroes. This is a Chilling Touch on 3 ranged heroes. It can't be anything except an aggro try.
Well, in that case, why is Lacat hanging around down here? Normally he's the mid lane player, and if he's playing Mirana in the off lane, who's going to pick up the mid? Seems it's going to be Fisk on the Doom.
Yes!
I hate when you're right, god damn it.
The battle begins for good and all.
On that note, where's your cheese? Where's your money? Who are you betting on here?
Boarding complete. The tri lane is way too strong. Even though you have the massive stun potential coming out of artificial intelligence. So if you look at it, one shot with a Chilling Touch onto the Shadow Shaman will actually take half of his health.
Chilling Touch is adding 50 at level 1.
Yeah, so that's 150 damage from Touch, and then you've got 50 from Mirana, 50 from AA, and 49 from Rubik.
Oh, you mean one hit from all of them? Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so if you take into account like the armor and that, and the reduction from that, you're still going to be taking 250 damage in just about 1 second.
Okay. Well, with this lineup, we've got Lacat lurking down here. He's going to be looking to hit those arrows, and they're going to look to kill off most likely the Alchemist. Speaking of Alchemist, here comes a stun. Going to self-stun, unfortunately. And there is there is a ward there, so they did see this.
That ward.
They know all about Henki and his concoction. And now they're just going to chase down.
Can,
arrow will land,
and that's the first blood.
Anderson will go down here. First blood to Siege on that AA. However, now comes the potential counter turnaround. They're going to look for Trash, but I'm going to back off straight away.
There's a nice little jump into the trees. Actually managed to was almost close to getting the fog. And if he, like the Wraith King did try and move in on that, the Word of Telekinesis would have moved him up that way. Actually, trading on the Slark and the Bat Rider.
Oh. Didn't see that coming. Equally up on the mid lane, we've got Fisk trading with Kefka now. The matchup of Doom versus Shadow Fiend, I'm actually putting my money on the SF here. He should be able to completely just decimate Fisk, and if he dropped the razors there, he could potentially have even killed Fisk. I mean, level 2 razors, they're each doing 150, that's 450 if he lands all 3. A very scary amount of damage potential that he can throw out.
Yeah, definitely. And with the 0 armor coming from the Doom, it really comes to once SF starts getting these souls, he's really going to start doing a lot more damage.
Oh, Pink's got on Spix. Now he's getting dragged back, telekinesis, but there's no chilling touch. Where's the damage? Oh, no, there it comes, and now there's the kill. AA picks up the gold once more.
Yep, and the arrow not even used by Murata, even though, like, Spix was looked like he was getting away, he still had one more chilling touch onto the Marana, and leap and an arrow. He was dead no matter what.
Oh, Kefta's continuing to farm up in this mid lane, and he's got 10 souls to his name, so he's not exactly in a bad way. He even dropping the raise, picking up and cleaning up a good amount of CS here. And you consider this as a 10 for 2 Kefka on the Shadow Fiend versus a, where are we, a 5 for 3 Fisk Doom. It's quite heavily in favour, as Jelopi picks up another kill on the Batrider. Again, they're trading, they're being very aggressive against each other. We should potentially pay a little bit more attention up here.
There's almost nothing you can do as a Batrider up against a Slark. Because Dark Pact gets napalm charges, I'm pretty sure. So, whenever, like, as a Batrider, you get 5 or so stacks, and then you just dive them no matter what. That doesn't matter against a Slark. He can just pounce away, or he can just Dark Pact and get rid of the napalm, so you lose most of your damage anyway.
And Boarding Complete are keeping relatively good control across the board. 2 kills up for the Slark now. You've got 2 kills up for Siege as well, so potentially a early Aghanims could come out as they're going to grab Spix again. Telekinesis back. Arrow will miss. It actually will impact on Henki, who's going to not self-stun, but stun too. They managed to bring down the Wraith King once more. Siege picking up another kill. This is the potential early Aghanims from an AA if he keeps up kills at this rate. But we do have Kefka finding an invisibility rune. This isn't warded at all by the Dire, so they don't know anything about this, and there's a regen spawn there as well.
Yeah, there's some heavy counter-warding coming out from the Radiant.
They want to keep vision down on this tri-lane. They don't want to die too many times to it, but they've already lost 3 heroes to this tri-lane combination. Jelopi does have his full power treads now, so you could see the potential aggression on Helvild. He's certainly thinking about it. He was lining himself up for the leap there, and there it is, going to pounce up onto Helvild. He needs to get away from this, but against a Slark, this is very, very bad. And does he have... He has his Dark Pact, but he's not going to go under the tower with that. At level 6 having Shadow Dance already. And we'll take a quick look across the board at how things are looking. Here are levels. We've got Slark leading the board. 5 on both mid laners, and the tri-lanes, both relatively around level 4s, 3s and 2s. Marana being the key note here, having level 4 already, 2 points up in that Arrow. Prioritising Arrow over Starstorm, which I find to be a little bit odd, considering you normally only want the Arrow for its effectiveness. And Jelopi at it again! Holy hell, man.
There's really nothing the Batrider can do up against the Slark in this situation.
Part of me thinks he should rotate into the jungle.
The problem is, the flip side of that, you can't give a Slark free farm. If he gets a quick Shadow Blade, you're at risk 24/7.
Oh, Henki does find Fisk, and this should be more than enough damage with the Shackles as well. One more raise, and that'll clean that up. Not sure why Anderson cancelled the Shackles that early, and Siege did TP in to try to save his friend, but not going to manage to do so.
Also, the thing to really note about this bottom safe lane is you've got Spix, 0 and 2. He's got 5 last hits, and combined, Born and Complete have, I think, about 25 denies over the 3 of them on this aggressive tri-lane.
Working out very much in their favour. And we'll take a quick look at how Trash is doing here. With that Rubik, he's got smoke. We're looking for those rotations into mid lane. And AA even finds an invis, so this could be the potential roaming gank they're looking for.
They did smoke it out, so they're just going to play even safer. And really, there's not much an AA can do, really. Doesn't have an instant stun, so they would just like try and stun him and walk away.
Well, Helvild does have that pair of Tranquils, but he doesn't have a Blink Dagger or any components anywhere near a Force stuff, so he's going to be in a very bad way. He can try to loop him behind the Doom here, but he's revealed by the creeps. Surely Doom won't get caught now, although he will throw the Doom instead, and now Helvild needs to back off. In comes the TP from Jelopi. This should be a very easy kill for him. 1 pounce should do it. No pounce will miss, but Siege is here. Siege is here with the body block while he's invis, and that's going to be the end of that. Jelopi on a dominating spree. Helvild's Batrider is really not having a good day up against Jellaby. But we've got Henki winding up Concoction, potentially looking for the initiation on Jellaby, but he's going to duck back out of that one once well enough away. Part of me wonders what build we're going to see come out of Kefka here. Do we see the Shadowblade? Do we see the BKB? In the meantime, on the back foot, we have Trash and Siege initiating. Going to catch Kefka. Pounces there. Siege picks up another kill. Dominating spree for him. But Helvild drags Jellaby under the tower. Does he have Shadow Dance? Yes, he does. He's safe. The Shadow Dance more than enough to save Jellaby's life right there. Siege and Trash still have a smoke available, so they can go again if they want to.
That's not gonna hold.
Also, regarding the SF, it's likely just to be treads into BKB, or just greedy into a blink. And I would agree with him, if they win the blink, they need to make a big play. They need to try and basically bait them into grouping and then get that blink Requiem.
Well, Henki's going to potentially be caught out here. Jellaby wants another kill, and he shall find one. The Dark Pact should be thrown. Just cancel out that stun immediately, and Henki will take a fall. Jellaby mega kill streak now, not in a good way at all for AI. But now we'll take back a look at this tri-lane. Blakadder has a Midas on a aggressive tri-lane. They certainly want all of the control in the world, and he's even leading the board, 47 for 11. Ways you know when your defensive tri has horrifically taken a beating.
The thing is that just tri-lane had nothing to combat it. You've got 3 ranged heroes with Chilling Touch and decent ranged. Up against 2 melees and a Rasta. This tri-lane was born. It was basically born to lose.
You could say it was born incomplete. I'll take your silence there as a facepalm.
You realise the position of terrible puns is filled.
I realise, but I think I will steal it from you, considering you left me alone on Sunday.
Is all alone in the world.
I left everyone alone on Sunday. It wasn't out of choice.
Well, it was going to be out of choice, but pressure on the tri-lane is still there. They're looking to try to get this tier 1 as soon as possible.
Also, Jellaby deciding to go for a full drum rather than rush that Shadow Blade, and I can agree with him. Just even without a Shadow Blade, the heroes from Born and Complete, they can't play safe. Well, no, sorry. Actually, to be honest, they can't even play safe. They will just get died.
That's not good for the Radiant.
And Helvild's lurking here, but he doesn't have any form of long-range initiation. I'm not sure what he thinks he can do. He needs to jungle and get his Blink Dagger.
Radiant's top tower.
By the way, it's going to be a Blink Dagger coming out of SF. Almost definitely.
You think a Blink Dagger on the SF instead of rushing the treads and BKB? He doesn't have any points of
Midas.
About time.
He's trying to get back into the game, in all honesty.
The thing is, I honestly believe a BKB would have actually done more.
That's not good for the
Here comes the
Radiant.
Firefly out on the bot lane, though. Helvild's looking for whatever he can find, and they do stun out Siege, but Siege, he's just walking away. He doesn't have any problems with this, and, well, down goes Helvild. He uses his ult, but it doesn't do anything. And now comes the potential turnaround. Trash does steal the Wraith Fire Blast, and down will go down will go Anderson as well, and Siege is still on the side here. Does go down, but self-stun out from Henki, and he'll go down to boot. Now, Spix being the only one standing, does he have enough mana? Yes, he does, so he will be coming back, but he'll most likely be coming back to his death as Blakadder gets in position for an arrow. Arrow will land, and now Spix in a very, very bad way. Wraithfire will come out on Trash, who doesn't have enough mana to telekinesis anyway. Anderson comes back into the fight, and, well, quite heavily in favour of Born Incomplete there.
Also, the Doom died to Kefka in the mid lane.
Wow, that I did not expect coming. The attack speed out of that Midas clearly paying off, as now comes the Siege on the tier 1 mid for Kefka. However, Siege coming straight down the mid, does have that Frost Blast good to go. And in comes the mass TPs as well. They want to kill him, but Jellaby with a long duration TP not going to be able to get in and Shadow Dance in time.
Going back to what I was saying about the SF, I can completely see the point of the Midas. I just personally, I would prefer to go a Blink Dagger early and still just keep up farming just by getting decent stacks. The SF mid is always a sure deal, because you can just get a couple of stacks and then you can move back into the game no matter what point you're at, because of how quickly he can flash farm.
Arrow will miss on Anderson, but now Spix, he is lurking. He does want to try to engage here, but in comes Jellaby. That's a fast Slark, and not exactly where Anderson wants to be. He'll take an easy fall. The strength of Slark and that Dark Pack now chasing the Spix. This should be an easy kill. The Frostblast comes down as well, but it will miss, but doesn't really matter. Jellapi does not care. He's under Shadow Dance right now, and he'll just go under the tower. Double kill up for him.
And I don't mean in love.
Hell,
You know what, Jellapi?
Blink Dagger Slark.
Middle tower has fallen.
Blink Dagger Slark. This is the first time for everything that I've seen, and this is the first time I've ever seen a Slark go blink.
This is basically what you do when you're stupidly ahead. Make sure you can keep stupidly ahead. A Blink Dagger allows
You know,
Slark to play however he wants.
I'm going to stop you there because that sentence is normally used for economy. When you get ahead, you get more ahead economy-wise, not... Either way, we do have another engagement going on as well. Henki's going to self-stun out. Don't want anything to do with this, and it'll just be a stand down as the mass TPs go top. And right now, the Radiant jungle of AI belongs to Born Incomplete. There's nothing AI can do to keep him with this.
Attempted arrow top will hit. Oh, that should have hit.
Oh, it seemed to sail past. Apparently, the game doesn't have to agree with you, Duke.
It's not as bad as the. I think it's one time, like a video of Sing Sing playing Mirana. Literally was next to an invoker, and the arrow missed him. There was a GIF made of this, and it just shoot arrow, miss arrow.
Sounds about right where Sing is concerned.
They'd be looping around the back, just missed to jump onto Kefka, but
in comes the
if
Frostblast.
he can
Jellapi
get
does
the
not
Requiem.
care. Requiem will drop, but with the Frostblast down, all it'll take is the Doom, and now, well, Kefka is pretty much dead. Fisk will go down to the Batrider under the tower. It took 3 members to, well, to kill one, but they lose one equally. But now in comes Jellapi once again. Trash is there. Spix in a very bad way. He should go down. He doesn't have his reincarnate either. But Jellapi takes a fall, and Spix is still standing.
That's not gonna hold.
Bit of miscommunication there between him and Trash. Trash will TP out safely, but it raises the question, how was Spix allowed to stay alive in that engagement?
a combination of 1 charges and Rubik not having actually enough
that's not
damage
good
to
for the
even do
Radiant.
anything. The Hex onto the Slark just basically pushed him out of fight, and they were able to quickly pick him up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And also, what I
About
often
time.
see...
As
at
stun
every
goes on to
level-
Kefka, now Kefka's in trouble. The cat just raining down hell, but will be forced away by the presence of the Dark Lord himself.
The problem I actually see with players, actually at every level, you don't buy sentries when they have a bottom. I entirely don't understand it.
Helville forced to TP out now. He's going to escape this one. Jellapi, not this time, lad. Little engagements all over the place, but escapes happening or chases not. But yes, I do agree with you. There is a lack of sentries available right now for AI, especially when the bottom is on the board. They need to scout out these Moonlight Shadows. Speaking of Moonlight Shadow, it's up in 50 seconds, so we could potentially see some aggression then. Now, what I'm going to find interesting is, when are we going to see Kefta's BKB come online? How long is it going to take him? He has that Midas, he's already got 1 component, and he's still 1,600, 1,700 gold away.
3-4 minutes if they can stack.
Mm.
They need to be
Well, that's a
careful
tall
on
order,
this.
but in comes Jellapi with that Blink Dagger, going to find Anderson with absolutely no problem. Doom now thrown on Henki as well. Just complete decimation coming out of Born Incomplete. They threw the Doom, they threw the Blink Dagger Slark into the mix, and they walk away with 2 kills, no contest.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's gonna give up this tier 1 tower in the mid. They
Jellapi
can't
wants
do anything
more.
about it.
Jellapi wants Kefka. Certainly think of it, and it will Blink pounce in. In comes the Requiem. The arrow will throw, but will completely whiff, unfortunately. Kefka thought about throwing the Requiem, but not this time.
The Radiant should really do something about that middle tower.
Well, literally after the Slark just started running away, it was just gonna miss anyway, so might as well cancel it. The fact
Radiant's
is, we
middle
started
tower is
casting it,
under
and the
attack.
fear was there from the Slark to leave. Also, the Blink
Radiant
Dagger
structures
from
are
Batrider will be
fortified.
up in 20 seconds. We'll see if they can get this deny on the mid tower, but they have to be careful.
Big Frost Blast. Now comes the turnaround. Spix getting stunned out. They need to focus on the Frost Blasted heroes, though. Kefka will TP out, but long range concoction coming in, only catching Fisk, and Moonlight Shadow's active as well, covering Siege, but he does go down to the Wraith Fire Blast dot. Now in comes the Blink Doom. Spix going down to boot, but he's going to come back into this fight with no backup. He's going to take a second fall here. The stun comes out from the Rubik, and that's going to be the end of Spix.
See if the Helvard's able to make a re-engagement with Kefka now back, concoction up. That new fresh Blink Dagger might be able to catch Jalopy or even Fisk.
Well, they're going to jump in for Fisk here. This could be a very bad one, but he's dragged back through 2 razors. 3 razors connect, and that's going to be the end of him. But a stolen lasso does bring Kefka out, but down goes Trash. I'm not sure what he was thinking there.
The problem was, is he was dragging the only person who could kill him, along with him.
Pretty much. But did you see just how the Batrider used his lasso and dragged the Doom through 3 whole razors?
Yeah, that was good team coordination there, because
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Kefka
attack.
positioned himself
I feel sad for
in
them.
such a way that that was able to happen, because the SF stood here, Batrider just brought him along here, and it was bang, bang, bang. There's a beautiful diagram in the mid lane there. Or at least there was. We're going to see a Manta style up to Mirana.
Yeah, Lecat's starting to take control of this game once again, as we've seen him do many a time with the aggressive, really game-defining, game-breaking heroes that he runs. He plays the ones that make the plays. He is very much the playmaker of Born Incomplete.
The thing is, currently from what I've seen, he really hasn't actually done anything special.
But when he plays Puck, it's not so much prevalent in this game because Jalopy is stealing the spotlight.
The thing is, Jalopy with that Blink Dagger purchase is actually going to start falling off. Now with the BKB up for the SF, he now can't just instantly burst down the SF.
Spix is lurking here. He knows Jalopy is around. And they're going to defend at the tier 2 at this rate, but, well, can they weather the storm? This is 2 components of a BKB already up for Siege on the AA as well. Mechanism now up for Fisk. All of the big items that they need are starting to come online. And how do AI respond? They've got a BKB SF, and that is pretty much it, other than a Blink Batrider.
The thing is, at the moment, that's enough. If Spix just dies and Kefka's still alive, Kefka's going to destroy everyone. You've got the Acid Spray, you've got the presence of the Dark Lord.
Speaking of Blink in, here comes Trash getting caught out and will get dragged back horrifically by Helvild.
Did you see the damage on the right clicks?
Yes, I did.
236. Presence of the Dark Lord and Acid Spray. And
Gotta respect the negative armor.
And then if you take into effect, you also have, well, when Spix doesn't die to the Mirana solo, you do have the reincarnation slow. Spix needs to get his level 16. Or at least minimum get level 9. He needs to reduce cooldown on that reincarnation.
He is level 9, you mean 11, clearly. I'll say that you're not with it today, clearly.
I said he needs to get that level 11.
You said he needed a level 9.
Did I?
Yep, but now they're going to go on Fisk. That's revenge for what you said earlier, but now Fisk getting completely isolated here and will go down to that big Requiem of Souls.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But the siege does happen at the same time for Born Incomplete on this tier 2 at the bottom lane, and, well, I'm not sure Henky wants to do this, as Jalopy does find a Shadow Shaman for himself. A nice tasty little morsel for him. A long-range arrow could spell doom for Henky right now. He's just standing there. Siege and crew are lurking still.
Should really
It
do
would
something
have
about
to
that
come
middle
through
tower.
the tower, and he would have ample time to move. Unless it actually managed to come through the trees, which Mirana would actually have to blink to leap into the trees to get
Dire's
that.
top tower is under attack.
Speaking of blinks, Jalopy does catch Spix out this time and going to just start going to town on him. He doesn't have reincarnation for 3 seconds, but he'll live long enough now. And Spix potentially trying to man up versus Jalopy, but not wise. There's the reincarnation. Do we have any form of follow-up to this? As Shadow Dance goes up, Doom is here. Do they drop the Doom? They certainly drop the stun. They need to get this pick off before Spix escapes. And there's the mini stun coming through from the level death, and that should be the end of that. Nice waiting on the mini stun right there. Meantime, bot lane, we do have a little bit of an engagement, but they lose the cat.
Because they're trading a very, very underfarmed Wraith King for a Midas Manta 2k gold Mirana. Trades are going in favor of artificial intelligence right now, and we could be having a blink right now for the SF. Personally, I would prefer to see the blink, but I can understand going for a more just right-click orientated build and picks up a Yasha.
Radiant's top tower.
If he's
is
going
under
for
attack.
Manta himself, that's certainly going to help out with his right-click damage.
Radiant's top tower has
The
fallen.
other option could be he goes Desolator. And just continues to add on to that negative armor. We do have a Maelstrom picked up for the Slark, so we're looking for a Molnir for him. Vix, in the meantime, is trying to get up a Sange, so he's most likely going for Heaven's Halberd here.
Yeah, being able to basically use a disarm onto the Slark would be really, really useful right now. Especially now with that really high attack speed.
Well, it asks the question, where are we going to see Born pressure next? Because this entire time where they're not pushing towers or team fighting is time where AI is getting back into this game. And we're going to take a quick look at the graphs, actually, on that note. Experience-wise, we've got a 7.5k lead for Born. It's gold that I want to see. That's a 12k lead, and it's not coming down at all. Even with all this time they're finding, it's just not enough.
Radiant's bottom
The
tower
farm
is
is
under
being
attack.
concentrated into Kefka. And meanwhile, there's 3 cores for...
And Helvild will find Siege, but going on the Batrider isn't wise. Telekinesis does hold it down, but in comes Fisk, in comes Jellaby with their Blink Daggers. This is complete hell for Kefka and crew. And Helvild's forced back, but he's just going to chase. He has that full Maelstrom as well, the full Molnir even, and Helvild should go down as well. That's a triple kill up for Jellaby.
Kill. That's not good for the Radiant.
And with the tier 2 going down, it just,
Radiant's bottom
in my mind,
tower
is a
is
matter
always
of
the
time
weakest
until we
tower.
see the tier 3 start to fall,
Radiant's top tower is
if
under
AI
attack.
don't
About
manage to
time.
pull themselves together. Now,
Problem is, they need, in
Radiant's
my
bottom
opinion,
tower
they
is
actually
under
really
attack.
need
I
to
feel
lasso
sad
the
for them.
Doom. Requiem just didn't go off, purely because the Doom
The
actually
Radiant's
landed
bottom
onto the
tower has seen
SF
better
quickly
days.
enough that it was cancelled.
well, Henke's going to self-stun himself, and Siege and crew are going to TP away. That's a full Aghanim's now up for Siege, which is going to be completely devastating. We do, however, have a Vladimir's offering up for Doom as well.
Just given that extra bit of survivability for the Slark in the extra damage and now the lifesteal.
And it is Roshan time, by the looks of things.
It could have been Roshan time for the past 10 minutes.
Indeed, but it wasn't Roshan time, and it is Roshan time now, as Jellaby is going to town on the big man. However, the big man seems to be winning at this point.
Poor Roshan.
Also, you can see on the minimap, DD rune at the top.
That could be very powerful if Kefka gets his hands on that, but right now AI are a little bit cautious. They can be jumped on very easily. Tanky does get hit with that Aghanim's ult coming out of Siege, and he's going to take a good amount of damage right now. But with Roshan going to be falling very soon, and probably a Aegis up for Jellaby, it's going to be very hard for, as you see the mass evacuation from all of AI, they realise, oh, this is going to go badly, and it is a Desolator up for Kefka on the SF.
Going along that minus armor. Also, one of the really big real benefits of that minus armor is up against the Slark. He gets massive armor if he's allowed just to right click you consistently.
Very, very true. All of that stolen agility does add up. 7 agility equals 1 armor.
Yep, and he's currently hitting about nearly 2 times a second without the drum charge, without the leap AoE from Mirana. So he's easily going to get 1 armor every second he's attacking.
Well, combined with an Aegis of Immortality, this spells very bad things for AI, and he wants to continue fighting. It's the only reason he has this such aggressive positioning. And well, there's the blink. Going to find Anderson immediately, who will melt under the power of Jellaby. And in comes an Aghanim's ult coming from the AA. And now, well, double kill up. He's far beyond godlike at this point. He's going to keep hunting for Henki, but in the meantime, down goes Kefka, down goes Spix. Even with the reincarnation, it's not enough. Surely he's going to die again. The slow, nowhere near enough. Stun comes through from Fisk. Doom is there as well. And that's a full team wipe for Born Incomplete when they don't even lose a single hero. They dived under a tier 2 to fight in the base.
Radiant's middle tower is
It
under
was
attack.
the
Radiant's
arrow
middle
from
tower
Ra
has fallen.
that won that fight, and Kefka's reaction's not up to par. Didn't activate that
The Radiant
BKB
should
before
really
the
do
arrow hit
something
him.
about that middle tower.
And it was just basically he was ticking down that stun timer and the frost blast.
Radiant's middle tower is no more.
And there goes Jalopy again. He's got blinks in onto Anderson this time, but the Aegis has popped. In comes a long-range AA ult as well that will clip Anderson, as Jalopy wants well out of there. Doesn't want to be dying under the tier 4 towers. Very aggressive play coming out of Jalopy all game long. We do have the
It is
cat
my
with the
duty to
Daedalus
inform you
in his
that
own.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Quite the show of force
Radiant's
here
middle
for Born
barracks
Incomplete.
have been overrun.
And at this point in, can AI hold a second set of racks? And I'm not sure they can. They need a big Requiem souls, but Requiem's already down to 18 souls only. And here comes a big double stun coming out of Henki, but it does Fisk getting dragged into the base. Jalopy's just going to town. Jalopy does not care. But here comes the Requiem, winds it up. Jalopy still standing and will go down while picking up an ultra kill. Dies to the death blast out of Requiem, and he'll buy back into the fight. And with the components online for what is going to be a Skadi flying out to him now, that's a very, very big Slark. The only reason he died was because of the death pulse coming out of Kefka when he died.
Yeah, and I liked what Kefka did that. He got a kill, and then
That's not good
passed
for
it
the
to Requiem.
Radiant.
Because obviously getting a
Radiant's
kill
top tower has
does
fallen.
give you
Not
12
so
souls.
radiant anymore, it turns out.
And he was
got the
behind.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
He got the
Yes,
kill
indeed.
onto the Doom, and with that extra bit of those extra souls, was able to make a presence out of it.
But now Spix just chopping away at Siege. But Spix may take a fall here as well. He's going to go down again. He was far outside of the base on his own. But now Helville trying to come in and catch 2. He's going to go for Siege. But Siege hobbling away with no HP. Trash blinks away as well. Helville's completely caught blindsided. And Siege, can he get away? Yes, he can. Helville comes up completely short.
Couldn't decide who to go for. I was hoping the Firefly would be able to pick off the ancient apparition, but there's not enough.
In the meantime, we got Doom coming back into the jungle, picking up what he can. Well, up for next, we're going up for Doom next. We're going to see an AC, as words fail me.
Yep.
And we've got even a Dagon coming online for Siege on the AA. This is a very rich AA, you consider it. He may have brown boots, but he's got an Aghanims. And that's really all he ever needs. And we got a Mask of Madness coming up for Kefka.
Yep.
I find that decision questionable.
They can't do anything else.
True, they are relying on Kefka to hold this game.
It's really difficult to play from this stance in the game. And also, the Mask of Madness, and if Wraith King's alive, he's got about, I think, 20-40% life steal at that point. Actually, he's on 25% if he's around the Wraith King as well.
Well, here comes another Ice Blast. Did that detect the smoke, though? That's the question. I
No,
believe it had vision.
doesn't.
No, it
think
doesn't reveal it, but he may have seen it from the vision it would have granted. Yeah, they know all about this smoke. Arrows flying as well. The cat gonna get quite out of position still though. Does get telekinesis and will get shredded by the entire team of the Radiant side.
They didn't know about the smoke.
No,
That's why Cat threw the arrow, because it scouts. So you throw the arrow down there, you say, right, okay, they're not there. I'm fine for a little while. But because they're smoked, they were able to...
true, but I could have
flank
sworn
round.
the Ice Blast would have given enough vision for them to see the puff of smoke from smoke being used.
I'm pretty sure that... I don't know if it actually gives all too much vision.
It gives it vision over the area it's landing.
Right, okay. It basically was very, very close, and they weren't paying enough attention. Because the alchemist walked back into the blast after the smoke had been cast, well used. So I don't think the animation actually goes. You can't see it in the fog. I don't know if it shows inside what you can see, or something like that.
Well, Jalopy considering what's going on here, but immediately going to get dewarded by Trash with his Blink Dagger. And Trash does have a gem as well, and we've got Blink Dagger 4 stuff available for him. He's even going Aghanims himself. Aghanim's Rubik is quite a scary thing as well, a 5-second cooldown on Telekinesis, as well as having the Aghanims upgrades of all abilities he steals.
Which is 1.
True, which is 1, but a 5-second cooldown on Spellsteal does have a lot of power.
It's really the 5-second cooldown. He doesn't care about these ultis.
The Ice Blast just continue to get hailed down by Siege, as well as the AC now being picked up by Fisk on that Doom.
This up for the SF. They're just going like last ditch effort.
But with this gem, going to see everything. Any ward's going to get immediately dewarded, and now comes the potential fight under the tier 3. Jalopy just being a little ballsy, walking up and not even getting punished for doing so. Fisk is here. They have their big ults available.
Is under attack.
They actually just need to blink into the Doom. Because otherwise they can't push in because the creeps are always dead.
And they need to focus Kefka in my mind as well. They need to disable them before the Requiem goes off.
That's got to hurt.
They need to disable him personally before the...
And Doom will be jumped on by Helville, but Helville just melts under the full firepower of the Dire side. But in comes the Ice Blast, going to do good damage. Doom thrown onto Kefka. Kefka now forced to fall back. Anderson and Henke not being able to hold their own, and Jalopy just picks up a triple, make that nearly an ultra, as, well, GG is called. The Doom was more than enough to kill off Kefka as well.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Look out, bottom. Dire victory.
And well played to Born Incomplete. They took control of the early game, and then they moved into sheer domination into the mid and late games. Having the Blink Dagger Slug, which is unorthodox, seemed to pan out very well there, because it lets him have that longer range initiation against the Bat Rider.
For me, what the Blink Dagger just did, it was just secured the pounce, because what he was doing was blinking right next to them and pouncing, rather than what you tend to do is just walk up to them and pounce, and hope that they don't move like 3 degrees out of the range.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more game for you this evening, and this one will be a cracker. We have for you at 9 o'clock CET, Drak Drapar versus the Turtle Masters. But on that note, on the back of that game, we shall catch you guys in 1 hour for the second game of the evening.